It's entertainment time here at the Hangout.
I'm just trying to bring a little culture to the group. It could totally use a friendly hangout. So,
Then, back in the day, baby.
it's the culture, Daryl. Good hangout.
Whatever.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Hangout Culture Podcast. We're so happy you're spending some time with us today. I'm James. To my left, we have the distinguished drinker of dark ale, the Akron ABV Avenger, the dude that does not abide, Daisy Allendale, if you're nasty, my buzzing cousin, David Murrin.
How's it going, guys? Happy to be here.
Oh, that's not easy. All right, to my right, we have the 2025 Podcast Producer of the Year, the Toledo Torpedo, Tiny Tiramisu, or the tallest tree in Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tom Crane.
Hey, welcome back. Thanks for having me.
All right, that's out of the way. Tom, let's just start with you, Tom.
Yes. All right. That sounds good. Let's start
That's
with
the
beer.
intro.
So I brought the beer this week.
Yes, that you did.
I actually specifically went to one of David's favorite places.
Yes, I classify this as my home brewery.
Yeah, don't open it.
Okay.
Put it back.
No one's opening anything yet.
All right.
So
All
I
right.
specifically went out of my way to go to David's favorite to buy us beers. But there's some pear cider, I believe it is.
Yes. So it's a nice pear hard cider. And I have sipped this. I've never ordered a full one, but my brother used to get this every single time that we were going there to play cornhole during the summer. They have a cornhole league. And he is not a huge beer fan, but loved this cider.
Yeah, it's from Missing Falls Brewery. I was wondering, I was like trying to search on the can where this was from, right? Or am I right?
Yeah, Missing Falls.
Missing Falls Brewery, yeah.
Right in downtown Akron.
In downtown Akron. Yeah, cool.
But as you see, there's only two of them.
Yes.
Someone thought they were funny last week or 2 weeks ago and decided to bring some NA beer. I brought David and Dr. Pepper.
I'm kind of jealous.
But anyway.
Does he have to drink it by the end of the episode?
No, I'm just kidding. That's for him. I bought him a little something different because I know
What
he
is
wasn't
this?
going to like the
This is
pear
different.
cider. So the pears are for me and James.
Okay.
And
Oh man, yeah, I definitely was gearing up for the pear cider. What did you end up getting me here?
I thought I was getting you something you
no idea.
liked. I just wanted to do the whole
The dark
alcohol-free
lager.
joke.
The Shadow Proclamation. I love it. Love it. Dark lagers are fun. Still have the crispiness, but a little bit more malty.
So wait, you don't like pear? Like you would hate this, David?
I don't think that I would hate it. I
like-
have, like I've said, I've sipped it before and thought that it was good enough. Like for my brother who doesn't like beer, I was like, this works. It's at least a craft cider. So I supported that, but I kind of, like you said the other week, like I would probably never buy it myself. If I'm at a brewery, I'm going to get a craft beer. So
And I just assumed it wasn't going to be...
That's so full.
good pour. Good pour.
I
Oh
assumed
my
it was gonna
God.
be something
Ladies and
that we
gentlemen.
liked.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's riding the edge. Whew, I need a sip of this.
Yeah, I have not actually. I've been to
I
Missing
love it,
Falls, over the past couple
baby.
weeks, and I did not have this beer,
Oh, I
so I'm
love
excited to try it. This is not one that I normally.
What's
get
the
from there,
ABV?
but
What
I
does
do
the
like
ABV Avenger say?
5% for you guys.
I
He
can
did a
get down
good
with 5%.
job getting him close. Mine's only 4.8, so
Yeah.
it's like within 0.2. So you guys will do your review, and then mine will be a little bit separate because it's a separate beer. But
I just wanted
I'm
to get
excited
some.
to try.
I was more
No, I like it.
thinking you weren't going to like this. You're more than welcome to have some.
Yeah.
No, you're good. I like this.
I'm just gonna go with my review right now. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I don't know how to describe it. It's usually ciders are like very heavy and very sweet and very, I don't know how to describe it. Like almost too much sweetness. This is like super light. There's not a whole lot of sweetness in it, but like the flavor is still full. It still has like a full profile, yet it's not all sweet. So I really enjoy this. I'm gonna give it like, I think I'm gonna give it like an 8 point. No, I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Whoa! A 9.
This is really good.
Holy
I wish I had
smokes.
sound
I like
effects.
ciders. Yeah.
Holy crap. A 9 from you. So
I'm giving it a 9.
with the normal sweetness that comes with a cider, maybe the pear kind of offsets that a little bit.
Yeah, the pear does neutralize all the sweetness in the cider, so you're right. Like, a pear isn't too... Hi, baby. Yeah, pears, if you think about it, they kind of cut through the sweetness a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, pears aren't super, like, aggressive, so I like it. I think it cuts through.
That's awesome.
What's this? Oh, you want
Oh,
to take a sip?
Take a sip. Go ahead, Tom. Have you sipped yours yet?
Yes, and so I went on a date with my wife here, and we got some great food. We love the place. It was awesome. I will definitely go again. And so I bought a bunch of these, and it was so hard to not drink them and save them for like the 4 or 5 days until we got here. 'Cause I
they were
want
just
them
in your
so
fridge.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, they could just do Bud Light review again instead, and I'll drink these.
We could.
But I love it. It's got to be, to me, it's like at Bumbleberry level, if not a little bit above. So I'm gonna have to I'll just say 8.3, just so it's a little bit above. But I really like this one, and I will be back for more.
That's awesome. Yeah. After tasting that is quite good. I have not had it in years because unfortunately my brother and I have not been there playing cornhole in years. But I see what you mean by it not being too sweet. Normally ciders like hit that real sweet note. Yeah. And the pear does a nice job at cutting through. So I guess I can give a review because normally if I'm going to get a cider, those are going to rank low for me. This one is very surprising. I think I'm going to go with a 8.6 for this one. Definitely up there. If I'm going to get a cider, this is a really good one to go with. Yeah, shout out to Missing Falls. Well done. Not only in the beers, but the cider department as well.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Good stuff. Thanks, Tom. Thanks for bringing that.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have updates since last episode. It's actually been 2 weeks since we recorded, so we did it back to back last time. So
yeah. So
who wants to start?
I think I
Filling
might
us in.
start us off. I think I might go with my update, and we'll jump to Tom, and then finish with you, James.
We better come back to me.
We'll see if we get to you.
We better come back to me.
In 2 weeks.
Oh man. So I have like a relatively short update. I know our last episode released after St. Patrick's Day, but we didn't have a chance to celebrate St. Patrick's Day before recording that episode. So I did some celebrating, not only with my wife's family, but with one of my best friends, Nate. Interesting, we had some weather come through, and so my wife's family, we were supposed to have it over to their aunt and uncle's house, and the weather being extremely high winds, blew down,
super windy.
Oh yeah, blew down some trees and cut out some power lines, and they didn't have power, so we had to move the whole thing over to their grandma's house, which was fine. We had a great time. That was on Friday night, and then Saturday we got together with, like I said, one of my best friends, Nate. Had to get together for St. Patrick's Day. Loves the Irish culture, so we were having fun playing games, doing Irish car bombs, drinking black and tans, and having a good old time. I actually played for the first time. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but the yard game Beersby, where you put the beer on a pole and you have a frisbee. And the whole objective is that you throw the frisbee and you're trying to hit the bowl to knock the beer off of the pole. And the other team is standing across the way, and their objective is to try and catch the bottle if you hit the pole or catch the frisbee when you throw it. So it's... To explain it would be too much, I think, but just had a great time playing it. I played 2 games, won both of those games, and will definitely be purchasing one of these for my brother and I this summer. It was a real good time.
Couldn't you just get like a PVC pipe and throw it in the ground and call it a day?
Yes, that's how it originated. Was like the backyard game of like find a stick, put it in the ground, and balance a beer bottle on it, and then you played this game. And then of course like with the games like Can Jam and all these other yard games that came out, they just made a model that you could. They had one that had like feet on it.
Yeah.
So like.
So when
But it
you
was a
play
good time.
so you can play defense and offense. Like when you're playing defense, you're trying not to.
Well,
have
it's
the battle.
it's opposite of cornhole. So
so
your teammate
yeah,
stands on the
you're-
same side as
right.
you. So you just alternate throws. So like if we're on the same team, I would throw it, and their objective is just to not let to catch the frisbee. But if the frisbee happens to hit the pole, then you have to catch the beer bottle before it hits the ground. If I throw the frisbee and hit the if I throw the frisbee and hit the pole, that's a point.
But the other person can catch the frisbee.
Yeah, and if they catch it, then it negates that point. If I throw the frisbee and nobody catches it, I get another point. So points add up. Like that's why it's a lot to explain, like the scoring to it. It's easier if like we had it in front of us and we were actually playing. I could explain.
But does
it
the frisbee
easier.
have to hit the pole and then the people catch it?
They can,
But
but
they can catch it in midair when it's on the way to the pole.
except for goaltending. So like you
Yeah, I'm
can't catch
thinking-
it in
I'm just
front of
thinking
the
of
pole.
goaltending.
Yeah, you can't catch it in front of the pole. So like
Okay.
you stand behind the pole and then the person throws it and then you're
You
trying
stand
to catch
behind
it.
the pole. So
Yes.
you never said that. So that's
I'm
why
sorry.
I would just
I'm
like
sorry,
stand in
yeah.
front of the pole and catch the frisbee. Would just be
Yeah.
playing.
No,
catch
I
with the
apologize.
frisbee at
I
that-
should have
Okay, no, I'm just
specified
trying to
that.
get I'm a very imaging I need images. So
Yeah.
I need to see where the people are standing and stuff like that. What do you think, Tom?
So-
Was it something you'd play? Oh, sorry, he's doing his job.
Yeah, it sounds fun. I was actually just there was a Woody Harrelson showing Ellen how to play this game
Oh, look at that.
back in
Going deep,
2020.
Tom.
But yeah, it looks fun. They said all you need is, like you said, sticks, bottles, and a frisbee.
Dude, I just turned around thinking you were going to show that. I was like, let's look. And then I was like, all right, we're not looking. Because
Well, I accidentally hit the X button when you called my name.
Sorry.
like-
Yeah, you freaked out
Jump
a little
scare.
bit.
Don't be
So-
afraid of me, Tom. I don't bite.
Yeah. So it was a really good time, not only playing that game, but one thing that I know about like this specific crew is that they're all like movie junkies. So I had a chance to whip out some of the lists that Tom had made for us for last episode.
Yeah.
And I was shocked that there were actually a couple on those lists that they had not seen. And like these are people that I put in high regard, like seeing every single movie ever, multiple references, they know multiple quotes, and they were like, no, I actually haven't seen this one beginning to end. I've seen clips, I've seen the beginning, but I haven't seen it.
What was the
beginning to end.
movie that he had to see before next time, or the on the spin wheel?
So when you'll
was
find
that
out
right?
on Wednesday, it was the never-ending story, and we were kind of bummed because we were hoping it'd be something like fun and
Yeah.
funny and everything, but the never-ending story.
Did you see it?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
We're gonna pick a different one.
cut this.
That one didn't make the cut, so we got to pick a different. Well, I can maybe watch that one, but life got busy over the past 2 weeks, so didn't get around to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was nice to see their like reaction and them not seeing all of them, even though I thought that they would, and having some interaction with that. I was like, you guys have to get ready for this next episode coming out. You guys will get a kick out of it.
Okay.
So I was kind of preluding. Maybe that was one or two of the subscribers. I was like, over there advertising.
We're
and
9
marketing
away,
for the
so
Hangout
we
culture.
didn't say this at the intro because I just tried to
Yeah.
get through that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Comment below, is the intro too much, or should we cut back, or whatever? I'm having a hard time. But it's fun.
I say we run it for season 1. We'll let it go for a year. and
Season
then
1,
maybe
yeah.
we'll
Then
turn
season
it
2
back.
we'll do new ones. But
Yeah.
I cut off. No new nicknames, no new inside jokes. You can go back in our archive and watch it build up and add up. So if you're confused, now I forgot what I was gonna say. So
No,
back to you,
but-
Tom.
No. The best way to support us is by subscribing.
Oh yes, thank you.
So,
Subscribing.
We have hit, as of recording this, 991. We are single digits away from breaking the 1,000 milestone.
9 left.
Thank
as
you
of today.
to everyone who
Yes, thank
has
you.
subscribed. Thank you for the support.
We're gonna get copywritten again.
Tom, I love
It said
you.
Irish
I love
flute. What about that was a
No,
flute?
it's not easy. I was back there last week. It's
man.
not easy. I got us copywritten back there, sitting back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
But
not
I
gonna
keep
pass it.
derailing. That was the coolest thing about the movie thing. I think, like you were talking about, is the conversations that it had, because
Yes.
you're almost guaranteed that you haven't seen some, and it's gonna jog a memory, or it's gonna do something. So I think that's the most I've talked to people around me was about these movie things, and it was
Yeah.
super fun.
Guys, comment below. What do you think of Tom's facial hair?
We're not
Do
in
you like-
his update yet.
No, okay. Well, no, sorry, dude. I just can't. I think it
If
looks
they
good.
haven't noticed yet,
I think it looks
right?
good.
No, that's a good point.
No, they're all probably thinking.
Our
this. They're
audience
all
has
thinking
to be
this.
like
They're all
jaw to
thinking
the
this.
floor.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I think he looks very handsome.
We all witnessed Tom drop 30 pounds
Yeah,
over.
I think it looks very
the
handsome.
This
last
is going to be a
recording.
lot of people's first time. I mean, work and a few family.
Dude, we're
but-
gonna get like 1 million subscribers because like you look so handsome. They're like, oh man, there's actually a handsome guy on this podcast.
Oh yeah, and somebody made money. The
handsome
Kalshi,
and funny.
Oh,
Man,
Yeah, dude. Oh,
Kalshi odds on you shaving your beard were like 99 to 1. So
this was a surprise to everyone.
Yeah,
well,
it's a surprise to me.
well, maybe with that, do you have any more?
The last thing I was gonna say was just that like it's interesting when you come up like you can talk movies with people, but when you actually have a list of movies, that is the conversation starter. Like you can just talk about a list of movies. So like that was just the last. It was a fun time at the party, and we spent a good like 45 minutes talking about movies because of those lists.
Yeah,
so
nice.
It was a good time. But yeah, no, I'm down to get to how
Yeah,
Tom's beard
everyone's
looks,
dying for
that
Tom's
it looks
update.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
New face.
All
who
right. Yeah. No. Yeah. This happened.
dis? You said this happened.
This happened.
Yeah.
It wasn't intended, but I never intended on growing the beard as much as it did, but it just kind of just
Got
took
away from
on.
you?
Yeah, and then like I said, with the wife, when she was like talked about how much she didn't like it, it was like, all right, well, I'll just keep going then. I mean, it kind of dug in and had some fun with it. But yeah, I went to get it trimmed up, and I was just super disappointed. So I guess I was like, I'm just gonna shave it off and start fresh. And it was like super depressing. So I kind of like I posted it on the Instagram that I made a bad choice, and I basically spent the day listening to Alice in Chains.
You're so cryptic on social media, dude. You're so cryptic on social media. I'm like, what's going on with Tom?
I was like listening to Down in a Hole and just sitting there by myself.
You
So
need
sad.
to like console your other beard mates before making decisions.
Just do a mustache,
Like,
man.
shoot
It's
out at-
so
no.
much more manageable.
Well-
When you have a beard like that, you grow it.
Well, my wife,
I think it looks
she
perfect
loves
right
this.
now. No, it
and so she kept saying, she's like, I want it to be like how it was when we got married, and this and that and the other. And so,
Did you have it that short when you were married?
yeah, I had it.
Oh, I thought it had a little bit more length to it, but not.
No, it was like this, and then I would let it get a little bit, and then just shave it. But I hadn't. I mean, it was probably a year and a half of not shaving, so it was like super like hard to let go of, which is in like a weird way, even though I knew. But it was also like, so I spent all Saturday like depressed listening to downer music and stuff that I love, and then Sunday like I had to go out and do stuff. So I would like see my reflection, and it would be so confusing because I wasn't
just shock yourself.
yeah, like, and I'm
was that?
leaving the grocery store, and I'm going to open my car door, and I see a reflection. And I think I'm getting mugged because I don't even know who's looking back. So it's been really depressing and sad, but my wife says she's happy. So
Well, when you first walked in, I was like, "Holy smokes!" Like that was the first thing I
didn't notice you. I had to look at Tom. You were like, "What's different about Tom?" Or something. I was like looking at him. I was staring at him.
Yeah, it took you forever. I was like, "Oh my god!"
But
usually
in my
I'm
head,
terrible at
in
this,
my head,
but-
I'm like, he looks really good. I'm like, that's what I'm gonna say. But then it clicked. Like I like it, but you shouldn't be depressed because one, it grows back, right?
yeah.
And two, I think you look good without it.
Well,
Or
it's just
without the
it was just the sudden shock, and it was also like the year and a half investment of having it.
yeah,
and then
you
just
grow
be like,
attached to it.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
women have makeup and stuff, like beards, hats. That's all stuff. That's all we have to like help us. And-
Well,
Yeah.
similar like that same buddy that I was just over at celebrating St. Patrick's Day. He had super long hair, and it was a part of his identity. But the whole reason he was growing it out was to donate it. He's done it multiple times, and that's just like his thing. So he cut it maybe a year ago, and it was like, dude, I don't even recognize you. Like he had hair down to like mid-arm, like it was long, and he grows great hair. Like I'm a little jealous, obviously, but it was great. So like that whole thing, like it becomes a part of your identity. You walked in and I was like, literally, it looks like you lost weight because of it. I can see your neck.
Right.
It's wild.
Yeah, it is weird. And it is weird how much things like that, because like I can't grow hair. So it was always a joke of, well, at least I can grow a beard. And like you said, like it became like, I was like, oh, it looks cool. But it's definitely a big change. I don't know if it'll stay forever, but you know, like I said, my wife was happy. I got a lot of compliments on it. It's something new.
Well, that's good. That's the main point, right? I mean, if you were doing it for that and your wife's happy about it, you got some compliments, that's great.
Yeah, but I will say, so somebody at work has been offering me $100 to shave it off, shave the beard. And I'm like, no.
I'd take it.
So I walked in today and I said, hey, $100. And he goes, nope, it has to be clean shaven. Like, face, razor.
Yeah, do it.
And I said, no. Do it. No, because I
thought
at
this point, it would take you. Yeah, I was just going to say, it would take 2 weeks to grow that back.
Go out to a nice dinner. God bless.
Yeah.
I don't want to start it. I'd offer to do it too, but like there's no chance in hell that I'm cutting my beard.
No.
If I told my fiance if I ever like cut my mustache, because I've had this mustache for like almost a year now or something. I've committed for whatever reason. I've committed to this mustache.
Like it's been longer than that.
It might be, but I was like, if I ever cut this mustache off, I'm gonna grow a beard, and then I'm just gonna shave everything off. You know what I mean? So it's like it's not all at once thing. It's like it kind of blends in with like this beard I've had. But like the f***ed up thing is like everywhere else on my face, and I kid you not, audience, everywhere else on my face, it's like gray. It grows in gray. The only thing that's doesn't grow in gray, which is red, like because we're all red beards, is on my mustache. I don't know why that is, but everything else is like it's very salt and pepper, but heavily more salt. You know what I mean?
Well, I've got like this little streak of gray.
Yeah, like Gandalf, dude.
In my beard, but like it's just that one streak. Like over here, it's super red. So like it's so crazy to see how like facial hair changes color because I'm expecting everything to go gray eventually. But like it is just this one bold streak, and because I'm never gonna have my beard as short as Floor Tom's, it is just gonna be this like streak that comes down my whole face.
You're never gonna go as short as Floor Tom.
Did you say your whole face?
My whole face will be gray eventually, but I would never shave my beard as short as yours. I think my wife would divorce me.
Yeah, I would.
It'd have the opposite effect of your wife.
Yeah. Well, you know, it is what it is, but it is weird how like you just get so accustomed to things, and whether it's a personal style of clothes or anything, when you change that up, it's really weird because even, you know, it's just you just feel different. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah. So what else did you get into over the last 2 weeks? You have any other updates to bring up, Tom?
Well, I've been talking about the kids dancing, and each week it's been a different, you know, 80s, 90s,
Taking
Weird Al.
Yeah.
So now
Little Dicky.
No, he did not make the cut.
Not yet.
But so it's like we've been listening to more like they've been getting into the Gorillas and like some more 90s fun stuff. So like I've been throwing in. Is that Friends again?
That was better. That one actually sounded a little more like the intro. I'll give you credit.
Yeah, you got it right the first time.
Watch the copyrights.
Yeah.
Calm down, James.
I was that on key, huh? I was that spot on. YouTube's gonna come after me.
But you brought up the movie thing, and which is kind of funny because I've been kind of picking movies off of those lists to start watching again too.
Okay.
Or, you know, we watch movies with the kids, and it's like we'll kind of go through and get some ideas. But I'm like, well, hey, we've got this list. So we ended up watching Angels in the Outfield was one of those. And they really liked it. But one of the things I was thinking of is I forgot how prevalent smoking was in everything.
Yeah.
Like the whole movie, like the dad shows up and he's just sitting in the house just smoking. And the baseball player, Tony Danza, is just sitting in the hot tub smoking. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man, like, you forget that was everywhere. Everywhere you went was somebody smoking or seeing it.
Remember, you would go to a restaurant, they'd be like, smoking or non. It's like, well, we're in the same building, so you pick.
Right.
I don't give a
Right. That's so crazy because, like, the earlier, like, even my brother, who was born in 2001, like, has no recollection of that being a thing.
Smoking
I
or non.
remember walking in, and it would, like, dictate the weight, too, because, like,
sometimes you'd be like,
you can walk right in. Yeah, it was always
remember
wild.
that.
But my
That's so
parents
funny.
were like, "No, we want non-smoking because we have younger
Yeah.
kids, and we would have to sit there and
But it's
wait
in the
and
same
watch
building.
people walk in." Yeah. Oh, there was no difference.
So I wonder, did like every building just smell of cigarettes? Like,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
we were probably just so used to it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I,
Everywhere. And
walking into like IHOP or like Bob Evans and it smells like an
Fucking
ashtray.
Denny's.
dude, and this
It's
was
over,
like
dude.
2000, but I worked at a grocery store, and I would still, like, at the end of the day, there'd be people walking through smoking, and it was everywhere, and you just kind of dealt with it. But I remember it was the same thing. We'd go out to eat with my grandma, and she would be like, "Can I be as far away from the smoking?" Because it wasn't like Vegas where they got these fans. Like you said, it's like if I was smoking over here and you couldn't take smoking, and I'm just sitting here while you're trying to eat your eggs and toast.
Because it's not like there was some barrier in the restaurant. It was literally like your table sitting right there could be smoking, mine could be non-smoking, and they're just like, "That's
Oh,
the difference."
it wouldn't even be two separate rooms. It would just be like
Yeah.
two separate parts of the same
Right.
restaurant.
Yeah. And because you could just sit there and smoke, like we would sit there, we would smoke like 3 or 4 cigarettes before our food got there.
Right.
And it was, oh man, it was terrible. But it was so good. It was so good.
Well, it's funny, like the whole movie thing, like when you depict times back to then, like it almost seems like there just aren't movies that are depicting times from then, because it was everywhere for a time period. I remember when I quit smoking cigarettes, like there were certain movies where I would watch and I'd be like, "Oh my God, there's a cigarette on the screen for 3/4 of the whole time." And I left with the worst cravings for a cigarette in the world because I just saw it so frequently on screen.
And when I smoked, you know, it was that same thing. If I saw it on TV or whatever, it was an instant like, "Oh, I need one too." And
Yeah.
it was just light it up. And so that's why, like, I never smoked in houses I lived, but if I was somewhere else, you know, but it was that immediate reaction. So watching the dad just sit there and, you know, it's all cinematic with the smoke in the window and everything, and I'm like, oh man.
But I always like when I see someone smoking on film, I always look at the cigarette and be like waiting for like whoever to pick it up, being like, "Oh, there's like barely any smoke," and then like the next shot, like 2 seconds later, it's like all smoked,
Yeah.
and then,
It's
then
like
the
the
next
same,
shot
like-
is like in the middle.
Yep,
you know?
it's like the
Yeah.
glass level when
Yeah.
someone's drinking a glass.
Dude, it would be such a
I
headache to
love
film
catching
someone
continuity.
smoking. I would have
Oh, yeah.
dude, if I was in charge of the production, I'd have like 10 people constantly smoking cigarettes behind me, and then I'd be like, "All right, we need
well, they probably
yours."
just had like the,
and then they'll just like immediately light up again. I'm like, all right, cut.
Leave them at all different levels throughout those 10.
I mean, it ruins the story, but
Oh,
they
God,
probably
that'd be
just
so
used
funny.
fake ones, you know, at some point.
I don't
where they
think
just
back
lit
then-
I
up.
don't know.
I don't think back then. I think they smoked as many
Oh,
as
in the
they
90s,
needed
yeah.
to smoke to make it
Maybe,
happen.
maybe, I don't
Oh,
know.
Tom's looking at the computer. He's about to look something up.
Yeah, maybe he's looking up like, well,
If they use fake cigarettes, but like I know
Yeah.
multiple actors have come out and like I remember one of my favorite television series was It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And I've seen some like BTS clips come up on social media that were like certain scenes where they had to continuously drink because they were reshooting.
Right.
And they end the scene just hammered.
they were actually drinking alcohol. They were
Yeah,
saying that,
I mean, this was
that's
like
wild.
back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Well, it was early
that-
2000s, I think. Yeah,
I think, yeah, you're right. I think that was not late 90s. I think it was the early 2000s for It's Always Sunny. But, yeah, no, they were just drinking consciously. That show is so good.
Yeah, I've heard of actors talking about like when they have to eat, they actually eat and they eat a lot because
Yeah.
there's multiple takes and stuff. But cigarettes are probably the same thing. So like, I don't know. If you're a smoker, you have probably no problem with it. But if you're not, you're just like, oh, God, this is so
Right.
annoying.
Or even like they say cut and then you just like put it out and light another one, get it to that point and continue.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be little ways around
Again,
it,
everyone
but-
on set would be smoking because I would
Right.
I would be so like.
well, I'm sure they were in
litigious
that
about
point. Like, I'm sure the director, the cameraman, they're all lighting cigarettes. Like,
Yeah.
in that day and age, everyone was smoking in the studio. So,
What do you got for us, Tom? Anything?
Yeah, basically, there's everything from prop cigarettes. It was all like herbal stuff, fake cigarettes. They said they used plant materials and marshmallow root or rose petals.
But there's when someone's smoking when someone's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they almost have to like practice like inhaling and exhaling.
Yeah.
If you're
well,
gonna
that's
be
why
an
you'll
actual-
see them just like puff and just blow it right out, rather than the whole inhale.
well, I love
Yeah,
seeing
that
it because
takes
you
you
can
out of
tell
it.
who's a real smoker and who's
Yeah.
not, like based
Yeah.
on how they hit the cigarette in the film.
And if that's a part of your character, like that actually matters. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
You almost have to like
Yeah.
pick up the habit for a couple
Oh,
months
dude,
before.
someone that smokes like a pack a day that's like stressed out, dude, they'll like inhale and nothing will come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
Yeah.
like, Yeah,
Oh yeah,
it's just
I
that.
totally get it. And
Yeah.
you only know that if you've been a smoker or been around people that smoke
Yeah.
heavily. Like how you grab a cigarette out of a pack, if you pack it before you actually open it, like
Right.
there's a
Luckies.
lot of
You
things.
gotta do the lucky
Oh, I was
cigarette.
always a lucky.
You had
I
two luckies.
Yep, I was a lucky and an after sex. Those are my two
Oh my
cigarettes.
God, we'll cut it out.
Every single time. I don't care. That's not a bad thing. Those are my two luckies, though.
Wait, you did what before?
Yeah, no, those were my.
This is
my
my
two-
cousin,
I
Tom.
flipped two. I flipped two every single pack. It made me different. I liked it. So, but that's the thing. Like certain people, like you would only like if you were to see a film and somebody packed a pack of smokes, ripped off the cellophane, and flipped a cigarette, you'd be like, that guy actually smokes. Versus the person that walks out of the gas station, just opens a cellophane, grabs a smoke, and puts it in their mouth.
Yeah.
You're like, maybe not.
What's the name of the actor that like goes all the way with it, like embodies that character on like even when they're
man.
not? Oh, what meta?
What's that?
Not a meta.
Method actor.
Method actor.
actors.
Yeah, thanks, yeah.
I was like, what's the title for that? Thank you.
Yeah, if you're not a method actor with that, you know, what I mean,
There's a lot
you
of
gotta pick up
method
smoking.
actors
But
that.
smoking's not in films anymore or anything like that. So
And that's why it was crazy because they don't do it on TV. When you see like actors smoking cigarettes, that like some of the actors from Friends, they would smoke,
really,
and you would see them like in paparazzi photos.
Sorry.
Second copyright.
Keep it up, man. It's cool with me. I love that show. But like finding out they smoked in real life was weird because it's like that kind of the opposite effect of rather than seeing them
Oh.
smoke on TV.
Dude, probably a lot of actors do because it's so like I say this at weddings, just hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
What
there's
else
like
are you
a
gonna
lot
do?
of off time that's like actually on time, but you're not doing anything.
Right,
Yeah.
you're not in the scene. You're sitting on the sidelines. Just
Yeah.
spark up a cigarette
Yeah.
and hang out outside for
Well,
a
that's
second.
what they say is acting is mostly just waiting for lighting.
Right.
And
Exactly.
Then you go in and do your thing and
we
leave.
somewhat get that in like the production side of things. I mean, how long does it take for us to set up for this podcast? Like, it's not just place the cameras and go. It like there's definitely a production value with everything when it comes.
If you
to
notice,
that, so.
like the first couple episodes of this podcast, and then like up till now, like
Yeah.
even my fiance was saying that she's like the lighting is just so like it's changed a lot, like for the better. Like, but we kind of dialed in the lighting, using like these sync lights that we can control, like you know how bright they actually are instead of just flipping it on and being like that's the lighting, you know?
Right.
Just all these little things like.
things
like
it takes time to notice, and it takes editing, it takes episodes being released, and like we hope that episode 40 looks better than this episode. So like obviously getting better, but like just on the production side of things, there's so much that goes into it that most people don't.
Hopefully
really
by that time
think
I'll have
about.
like a gold grill. Like it'll be really sick. It'll be really sick.
Tom will have his beard back.
Yeah, Tom. Dude, we're gonna be so different.
We could do like stop motion, like over the next 52
Yeah.
episodes.
yeah. Oh, that's so
gosh.
funny. So funny.
All right. Is there any other updates, Tom?
No, not that I could think of. I mean, it's been kind of trying to navigate the weather as well. I know.
It's been just so windy.
Yeah, and so
But it was so gorgeous yesterday.
I had
Like
a-
that's the thing. It's this up and down
Yup.
Ohio weather. For those listeners that aren't from Ohio, we deal with this where like you can get every single season in a single week.
Oh, yeah,
And we are
for
going
sure.
through it right
We're
now
trying to.
because yesterday was
wild.
definitely summer.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, 70-degree weather, which right now coming out of the cold weather feels like 85 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
Wanting to be outside, and then today, I know
Snowing.
tonight
It's
the
snowing.
low
It's
is
literally
like
snowing.
20 degrees.
Yeah.
Tom drove through a blizzard to
Yep.
get here.
Yep.
It's just wild.
And I was out walking around in a t-shirt taking pictures at Silver Creek Park yesterday, like nothing. Although I always choose to go in like scary ass times, like during windstorms and stuff, where it's all these tall trees and you hear them creaking and stuff like that. But it was a good time. But I know my sister's in Colorado. It was 80 degrees one day and snowing the next.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we're dealing with. It's pretty crazy.
A buddy of mine that lives in Alabama, I just actually before we started shooting saw his Facebook post where like it's snowing in Alabama right now, and he just had like a shot outside the window of like what looks like Ohio snow coming down in Alabama. I was like, holy smokes, like that's crazy.
Yeah, I took Lily, my dog, to the dog park. I'll show a video here. She's adorable. Someone there always has I've never seen him, but he's there frequently because I was talking to this woman there, and he brings like this big RC car and just drives it around, and the dogs love it. They all chase after it. But as soon as he got it out, this one dog just like grabbed it with its mouth and picked it up and would not let it go. It was like it's a pretty big RC car, and it was just like shaking it around in its mouth. And then he lifted up the RC car, and the dog was still on it. And then the woman next to me was like, "Oh, he's gonna put it away. I just know he's gonna put it away, and the dog's gonna be sad." And then he put it away, but it was out for like 2 seconds. This dog ruined it, but it ran over Lily a little bit, but she was fine. She was having a good time, dude. She's so tired. We were there for like 3 hours because it was such a nice day yesterday.
Yeah.
And now it's snowing, and everyone hates everything again. So
Yeah. And I know it's supposed to warm up again like within the next week, and we'll just be through this fluctuation of cold and hot for the next month, and hopefully I can't wait for summer. I'm excited for the weather
I know,
to break
me too.
officially. So
And if you're wondering, Lily is my dog. She's the white dog, and she's in the intro of this podcast, actually. She comes up and licks my face. So that's Lily, for anyone wondering. And for the video we just showed, she's the white dog. Anything else, Tom?
No, that was a lot about me. I feel like
I can never get enough.
Yeah.
If you ever have...
it's just been weird because I knew going into work, like shaving over the weekend, I knew that it was kind of that anticipation of like everybody is going to
Yeah, they're
see
going to have
something.
to say they're going to say something.
Yeah, and so that's pretty much been about the biggest thing to happen in my life.
Well,
lately.
comment below. Do you like it?
yeah.
Do you think it should grow back?
It almost gives me like the first day of school vibes, where like you walk back in and everybody's like, "Ooh, what are you wearing?" or "How much did you change over the summer?" kind of
Look
thing.
at that drip, kid.
Clipped. Oh, that's so good. All right, well, I think we're working our way around. I think we can get to your update here, James. Yeah, I think we might have just enough time to get to your update. We'll squeeze it in
What are we
here.
at? Okay, yeah, we got time. All right. So actually, one of the biggest things was I kind of alluded to this earlier as I was setting up a bachelor party for my best friend, but he just got married. Yes.
For those listening, that was extremely loud.
He just got married a couple of days ago, and I was the best man, so I helped a lot with the reception and the planning and everything. But I had to write a speech, right? So it's hilarious because I only shared the speech with you and my fiance Jess, right?
Uh-huh.
And you guys both said the exact same thing about it. It's like cut down on the paintball. And you guys were both right. You were both right. You were both right. So I did. I wrote this speech back in like November, and I've just been like refining it. And I haven't gone back over it in a while, but I just handed you the phone to read because I didn't even read it myself. And when I did, like after he said that, I did reread it. I'm like, that is a lot about paintball. And then I handed it. Well, I did it. I read it in front of Jess, and she's like, yeah, that's a lot about paintball. So I cut that down, and I think that made it like really good. I think that upgraded it quite significantly, like a lot. So it was a lot more succinct and to the point, and it was still about like 4.5 to 5 minutes. But I was super nervous when I first started. But halfway through, I was like in a flow where I was like looking at people, making eye contact with people and stuff like that. About halfway through,
You get comfortable as the moment continues.
Right. I didn't freak out more. You know what I mean? I just kind of like started out like a little bit nervous, but then like really got into it. And I had multiple compliments. He hugged me, and like one person was just like, the way he was looking at you when you were giving that speech was just like, he was loving it. And so I was looking at my parents sometimes because again, me and my friend go way back, so my parents were invited and they were crying. I'm like, I can't look at my parents. And then I looked at his parents and they were just like sobbing. I'm like, I can't look at his parents. And then I tried finding my buddy Logan Arnold in the audience because I'm not gonna cry when I look at that dude. I love that dude. So yeah, it ended up going really well. And then after that, we had one other thing planned that I had to do. Like after the speech, I had one other thing I had to do, which was dress up as Ketchup, the hot dog, in the hot dog race at the Guardians.
Okay.
So we have like this little text chain going on, me and 3 other people, and we all dressed up as the Guardians hot dogs and did a little race during his reception.
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
I was dressed up as Ketchup. I got like this $25 like Ketchup costume. We all got the same one. And I had a red hat and those big glasses like Ketchup wears. My buddy Adam was Mustard, so he had like yellow sweatpants and a yellow hat.
Yeah.
So we all got into our character as the hot dog and had a little fun. I was the chosen winner because my friend Josh that got married likes Ketchup the most. So yeah, I was Ketchup. I actually pulled it off really well. I might
Tell
show the
me-
video down below. I'll show the
Tell
video.
me there's pictures
There's
or videos
video.
of
There's
this.
video.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
so-
I want to include this in post.
Yeah, so we had onion and mustard and spicy mustard. I think it was like the fourth. That's onion, ketchup, mustard, and then spicy mustard. I think, yeah.
Or is it
but
like ballpark mustard?
something like that, yeah. So there was 4 of us, and I think we did a pretty good job. I thought it was pretty good ketchup. So congratulations to Josh and Nicole. My best friend getting married to Nicole. I think I did pretty well with the speech because he deserves a good speech. He's like that guy that you can always rely on, and every single person in the audience knows that. So it's like, if his best friend doesn't do a good job, I felt a lot of pressure, but he deserves it. So
yeah. Well, I'm kind of curious because I had to write best man speech for my brother, and so just for our audience, I know that we talked off camera a little bit about it, but how has working weddings and seeing countless best man speeches prepare you for writing this?
Because we've seen some good ones.
Yeah,
we've seen
some bad ones.
Yes.
The one that sticks out the most is this was so good, and then he said a joke at the very end.
Oh,
that just tanked the whole.
Which is so funny because
it was just
from the vendor perspective, that is my favorite speech. If I was a guest, I would be appalled. It was so bad, but I could not believe that it was happening because the whole time you're right. You were like,
so
man,
good, 10 out of 10.
Doing great. You're like, oh yeah, go guy,
the whole thing.
And then the last 15 seconds of
he
this
stopped.
speech,
It was over. And then he just said this joke, and we're like,
oh my god, what are you doing? Oh, bud, you had the respect of everyone in the room, and then lost it immediately.
The thing is, almost anyone that has it written down or on the phone is better than the someone that just that just picks up the phone. Picks up the microphone. But his dad actually gave a speech that he didn't have anything written down or anything, but it was just flawless. And those are the people I envy. They can just pick up the mic and just go 5 minutes, and it's just be they're reading it, that they spent so much time on it.
Do you think that's that generation, or do you think that it's that person? Because I'm curious, because that kind of recall and practice of writing a speech, and most times you had to remember it, so maybe that would come easier to someone. I think it's
just if you're a good speaker, because he's a good speaker, like Josh's dad, he's a good speaker, and he started off with basically improvising off of my speech and the maid of honors and their speech, because they're you guys basically said everything I was going to say, you said this about him and this about him, but then he just went on into the speech after that, so you can tell it was all on the fly, but it was great, it was flawless. So really fun reception, really fun wedding, and that was one thing I did. The second thing, me and Jess, my fiance, went out to eat again at the West Park station, and she was watching her friend's cat all week, and she would go over there twice a day. And the last day I was let's just go out to eat. It was in Lakewood, so we went to this place, and it's my style restaurant. We were talking a little bit about this earlier, where it's my favorite restaurant is a Midwest bar restaurant, right? That it has it's gonna have your favorite beers and some decent cocktails, but the food's not gonna be too expensive. Yeah, West Park Station. Oh, they're pouring shots and Guinness. Oh, nice,
this is a whole
dude.
St.
Whoa.
Patty's Day
yeah, they were doing.
Do you think they got the black and tan to separate properly?
Yeah, and I think their Irish car bombs were great. I had. It's so good.
I will say this though, we got there, and we could tell we got there with a whole bunch of other people, and we didn't get service for 10 minutes, so we were looking up other places to go. And we were about a couple minutes away from leaving, and then this waitress came over and took our order. And we're I guess we can stay here. But after that, the food was really good. Jessica actually got that. She actually got that. It was huge when Jessica ordered that, because she originally wanted a shepherd's pie, but they were out of shepherd's pie. So she got that burger. It has almost tater tots on it, an egg.
I was introduced to an egg on a burger about a year ago,
it's
and
amazing.
I was I'll never turn back.
Yeah,
I want a burger with an egg on it every time.
I had one the other day, and I will say, going back to the beard, it was nice to eat.
Yeah, exactly.
A burger with an egg on it and clean up and
Yeah, fair. That's a good point. No, I'll never order a burger without one. If I look at the menu and they have a burger option that has an egg on it, that's my go-to now for sure.
It's so
I
good.
love it.
it adds that creaminess with the yolk and everything.
Yeah.
But it was a really good experience. Like, we did wait for a while. But I think it was just the fact that they were waiting maybe for a person to come in and like clock in or whatever.
Sure.
But after that, it was great.
Shift change.
Yeah, we had a good time. I really enjoy going out. Like I said, we go out like once or twice a month, and it's always just nice to do that for sure. It's important. And then I also want to bring up the World Baseball Classic really quick. And I know Tom has some input on this. I also have to pee, and I know you don't know a whole lot about this. Tom's checking the cameras right
so
now.
You're gonna have to hold it for a split second.
No, I do want to give an update on it, because what's weird is the World Baseball Classic is like it's sick. Like it I don't know. I've seen clips. It's hard to find it on the television or on the streaming service. Like, and it's hard to find like clips of it. It almost seems like it's not happening right now, but it's such a big deal. Like, I've seen. Like, home run celebrations are so different in the World Baseball Classic than just like regular season or even postseason. Like, these people go wild. It's like soccer. You know what I mean? Like, it takes on like almost a different culture when it's the World Baseball Classic with these different countries.
Do you know where it's hosted?
It's Tom, do you? But it's hosted. I thought it was in Miami. There's one in Miami.
I know it's in Houston.
Houston.
So multiple. Okay.
Yeah.
So just an update, because I know this is gonna be late, but. For those of you that don't know, because I don't think a whole lot of people know, and I've been trying to stay up to date on it, but like I said, it's hard. It's almost like a blackout. Like, no one's covering this. But the USA
it's on
is
like
in the
Tubi sometimes
some
or
stupid
something.
dude. I don't understand. I don't get it. So the 2026 Baseball Classic Finals, which the United States is in, which is a crazy story about that, is going to be Tuesday, March 17th. So that's tomorrow. What's happening tonight is
Venezuela and Italy.
Thank you, Venezuela and Italy. Both hate us. So it's going to be a really interesting finals. But tomorrow at 8 p.m. it's the finals in Miami. And Team USA will face one of those two people. And I'm going to try to find that game. And Tom, if you could like look up the roster maybe. And we could kind of talk about Team USA's roster for a second, because there's obviously some big names. But a lot of big names on our teams are playing for other people. You know, like Soto is a good example.
It's like similar to the Olympics in that sense, where you can play for a different country.
Yeah.
So like for those viewers that don't know, the baseball classics are separated by countries. So I guess you kind of said that with like Venezuela, but
it's like a real legitimate World Series, because they took it out of the Olympics. Baseball was in the Olympics for a long, long time, and then they took it out of the Olympics, and then so they kind of came up with this. And at first, they really didn't take it seriously, but over the last few years, it's gotten real competitive, especially kind of like the Olympics and hockey doing the 4 or 5 nations. So they're kind of doing some more of this, and it's making it really fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I don't recognize any.
Are these the pitchers? Yeah, because I think Paul Skeens is on there. Will Smith.
Goldschmidt,
catcher, Cal Ray, I forget his name. Big Dumper. He's Big Dumper.
And they're making a big
Cal
deal
Riley.
because he won't like hug his
Or
teammates, Mariner teammates, because they're on different. But like everybody loves that Kobe went after Pau Gasol when they weren't on the team in the Olympics.
Yeah.
And talk about how great he is. Now Cal is kind of having that same mindset, and people are crying about it.
Yeah. So we got some big names like Bryce Harper, Bobby Witt Jr. Like, those are some of the infielders. We got Aaron Judge, Brian Buxton,
Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah, Kyle Schwarber. So it's just really cool because they do take it seriously, and Japan actually lost, and Japan was favored. I think they've won the most, or they're I don't know. It's usually between like Japan and us. It almost seems like vying for first or second, and I had those stats up too. But I don't know. I just think it's really interesting, and the fact that ESPN isn't covering it, like no one's covering it, like it's just
it seems so odd because like I haven't heard anything about it, and like I'm not like the most proactive sports watcher,
but even like baseball fans like don't even know what's happening.
I've seen more clips from spring training than I have the baseball classic. So like it seems so funny to me that I haven't been seeing more, even just on like my social media feeds of this, let alone if like ESPN was covering it. So like it kind of seems funky to me because you would think that they would ride the wave, like especially after the Olympics, where people are like thirsty still for that like country versus country kind of format. That why wouldn't you talk about this on ESPN? People are still going to be tuning in.
It's such a huge huge event. Like when you watch it live and see just how packed the place is, and like I mentioned earlier, the celebrations and everything, it just takes on a whole new life. And it's like postseason baseball. Like who wouldn't want to watch that with the biggest names in your country? Like Shohei was playing, like I said earlier, like Soto, and I'm sure there's a bunch of other names that I'm like that's escaping right now that are playing for their other teams, because a lot of people that play on in the MLB are from other countries. A lot of them are. A lot. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm gonna hopefully watch the game tomorrow and find a way to do that. I need to pee really quick. So if you guys want to talk about the Browns or if you want to like set up our final subject, which is us filming Battle Flow's like launch, which was really cool in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah. So James and I had a great time at the Arnold Classic, filming the mini doc for Battle Flow. They had a booth set up. We got to capture everything as well as get a bunch of like B-roll stuff. Me being like a fan of the bodybuilding world, I was super pumped to see some of the big figures that were doing meet and greets, as well as some of the new equipment, supplements, so on and so forth. We unfortunately weren't able to watch any of the competitions, but I was able to then get like the results the next day, seeing some of these guys in person, because you see them on Instagram and they're like, these gods, if you will. They just look so big because of proportions and how you can make yourself look bigger on posts. When you see them in person, you're like, oh my goodness. We got to see some big names like Arnold Schwarzenegger himself. I got to see him twice. James got to get a shot from like me to the camera of him. I got to see some big names like Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman. There were a handful of others that I am blanking on the name of right now, but to get back to the main point of Battle Flow, it was so cool. They had two comedians that were doing drill sergeant like tasks, I guess. They had like a whole bed that they would mess up the sheets and have somebody make in 30 seconds. And then they would have you do 10 air squats, and then they would have you do as many push-ups as you possibly could. And the record for push-ups for men was 128. And I believe the record for women was...
Are you talking shit on my push-ups?
No. I haven't gotten to that point yet. The record for women, I believe, was 100. And then James and I, day one, we were like seeing this all go down, and we got back to the hotel afterwards, and we were like, okay, but by the end of this, we have to do it ourselves. So like we have to go through the booth, the booth itself. Mm-hmm. And so on Saturday, James and I went in. They asked us how many push-ups we could do. I will say I did not think that you would get as many as you did, based on the number that you said you thought you would. So let our audience know, how many push-ups did you think you could do, and then how many did you actually get?
Well, I said I could do 20, and I got 31.
Yes, you did. And the video will be posted here, so you guys will be able to see. I was being ambitious and said 50, and actually ended up getting 64.
Yeah. Oh, on your nuts.
So, yeah. So for our longtime listeners, I broke both of my wrists. So like I physically can't.
So this is just straight push-ups?
Yeah.
Oh,
oh no,
yes. Tom.
Oh, I love it.
Tom,
we're counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
9,
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, he's wearing thin. 20, 1, 22, 23. You got to beat James. Come on, Tom. 25, 26. Oh, jeez. There's 29. Oh, boy, he's gassed. 31. Oh, he's about to be done. Oh, one more. I love it. There's 32, and 33 is gonna make him tap. Oh, that was so good. Oh, good luck breathing for the rest of the podcast.
I need a cigarette.
You deserve one.
Oh, that was great. So what was that, 33 or 32? You died on 33?
You just had to beat me.
That was all.
You just had to beat me.
That was the whole motivation.
Maybe
there.
I'll get down right now and do 32.
Oh gosh, that was great.
I did have like a bunch of pizza right before I did those push-ups, and after I did all those, I immediately had a headache the rest of the day. I was telling Dave, I was like, dude, I still have a headache after that, like immediately.
Oh, it was very funny. My heart was beating pretty fast for a good amount of time afterwards, from like not working out for a couple days, only filming, and then like just going down randomly and doing as many of any physical activity as you could do. It was like, holy smokes, I am there. It was definitely that way for a while. No, that was.
Well, that's exciting.
That's
That's
great.
make
Thank you, Tom.
That's going to make the highlight clip.
yeah.
You have to save that for the highlight clip
Oh,
now. Good thing you didn't publish it yet.
100%.
Oh man! But so were you talking about? Oh my god! Were you talking about the boot camp people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
did you find yourself the whole like a week afterwards? The whole time I just saw some random person like, "Oh, you son of a blah blah blah, stupid looking blah blah blah." Like.
He started talking like a drill sergeant.
Every single person. I was like,
Oh god, that's great.
I was like, you banana pant looking, blah blah. Like, it's just like so, like I don't know, anything that they wore, whatever thing. I just made fun of them, and I was like, being around them for 2 days, 2 full days straight, like making fun of people.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny.
That's like when my brother took me to that Ohio State Michigan game, and if I ever saw it for like weeks, if I saw someone wear Michigan stuff, I just instinctived booed. And
Yeah.
it's that kind of that same reaction. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that is so good. Oh yeah, we had a really really good time with them, and one of the really cool things that happened while we were there was the trailer that James put together for them was sent out to multiple news stations, and those news stations actually showed up to interview.
I think like 3 of them did. Yeah, like 3 of them got back to him. I think.
2 or 3 of them
Yeah.
actually showed up to the Arnold Classic and like shot him and did an interview. And that was really cool. I mean, he was so humble in the way that he was taking all of this attraction and
Well, he had to be, because right next to him was like a 500-foot floating can of rain with like 12 supermodels constantly. I'm not kidding you, 24/7 the whole time, passing out free cans to everyone.
Well,
the whole time.
what was crazy about
so that was like his competition.
The line to Rain was literally like 100 people deep, nonstop, because they had 4 people, like you said, girls, just handing out Rains, and it was a nonstop flow.
And they had Nick Chubb at one point.
Yeah, they
out
also
there.
paid for meet and greets, so they had Thor there, they had Nick Chubb there, they had another. I wish I could remember her name. There's another female bodybuilder that's well known that was there, but they paid for that.
Right. But the thing was, he always had a group of people around his booth, and I could see people at Rain kind of looking over at us like, what are they doing that like the small booth that always has a group of people here, super engaged. And I was like talking to Zach, I'm like, dude, this is the best thing, because every booth is like on a 5-second loop of like doing the same thing over and over again. You guys are always doing something different. You're always, it's like literally watching stand up, you know, the whole time. And it was great. Like, they were hilarious. People were super engaged doing push-ups, making the bed. Did you explain like
Yeah, I did.
Okay, great. Fantastic. So we'll show a couple clips and try to get you accustomed to it. But oh, sorry. Did you talk about the hotel?
No, but so let me get this point across really quick, and then we can get to the motel,
because we got to get to it. We got to get to it.
The other big thing, because you referenced to the Rain can and their massive booth, something that people that are interested in the health community and interested in what they're putting into their body really need to pay attention. Battle Flow is doing something different. They are using, one of the things that I look at every single energy drink that I'm going to purchase is what form of vitamin B12 they're using. I know I referenced it on the episode that we preluded to going to this. I confirmed it with them. They use a natural form of vitamin B12, and literally 20 feet away from them, Rain had a 15-foot tall LED displayed can.
More than 15 feet. That's insane.
Sure. Yeah.
How
Okay.
dare
It was massive.
It was like 40 foot.
And it was spinning.
Yeah.
And I pointed out to Zach, I was like, do you see that? They're using the Cabalman, and they are displaying it to everyone here. And you guys don't use that. And that was so profound to me that this is actually a healthy option. This is something that comes with healthy ingredients. They put the money, the time, the research into making this product so good that they had, it was bio. Oh man, who was the person at the convention that actually did an interview with
a
them?
magazine. He owns a
yeah,
magazine.
it was biotech or bio.
We'll put it down
human
here
or
'cause we
something.
can't
Yeah,
think of
I'll
it.
do
Yeah.
some. Yeah, I'll figure out who it is. But they actually came over and were like, "Yo, what you're doing is great," and like it's just a testament. So if you're into the health thing, if you're an audience member that likes that kind of stuff, look into these guys.
Yeah,
because they're making something that is actually unique.
And yeah, I'm a super big fan of what he's doing. He's going to be on the pod as a guest here in the next couple of weeks. So we're excited to have him on and talk more about his drink. And yeah, just a super fan. It tastes amazing. And we're not just saying this because we did a mini doc on it, but it's actually delicious. And
yeah. And they only have, unfortunately, they only have one flavor right now. But James and I both had tasters, as well as we got a can for when we did the push-ups. Delicious.
Yeah.
I'm used to things that are this healthy tasting very empty, and there was plenty of flavor in it.
Yeah.
And
when I
that
see
was
all
my
those zeros,
biggest
I'm
note.
like, oh, it's probably not going to have any taste.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Happy Dad, like that tea or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I was expecting something
Great
like that,
comparison.
but they actually have a lot of flavor in here for not using using all natural ingredients and not a whole lot of them. You know what I mean?
I'm probably gonna crack one open in between episodes.
Yeah.
Here, so it's very, very good, very tasty.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's get to the slightly more interesting part of this trip
Oh, God
in
bless.
our motel experience.
So is a Red Roof Inn, baby. Shouts out Red Roof Inn.
And we learned there's a difference between a Red Roof Inn and a Red Roof Inn Plus.
Yeah, the difference is a couple $100. A couple $100 is the difference.
And the experience changes probably dramatically.
So we saw the police be dispatched every single night. Every single night we saw the police in one form or another.
Yes.
Somewhere. We opened our room and it immediately reeked of cigarettes.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
just
signs
blew us
everywhere
back.
that's like no smoking. And James opened the door and I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, that's an ashtray. Holy shit.
We wanted to save ultimately, like we wanted to save Zach a couple bucks, so we kept our travel expenses pretty tight, and we got a Red Roof Inn. And dude, I don't mind. Like we're talking about, it's fun. You know what I mean? Like I really don't mind slumming it for 2 or 3 days.
We have stayed in some questionable places over the course of making documentaries, but that is part of the game.
That's part of it. Yeah, we have
So
stories from
you got to
like,
come back with a story, and when you got a podcast, you got to come back and report it. So
yeah. So the first night, someone was freaking out in the lobby, and it was the same person that had like 2 U-Hauls that she was like hauling with a semi or with a truck.
it was like a truck with
Yeah.
a U-Haul that
And then
had
a
like a
U-Haul.
hitch to another U-Haul.
And she pulls up to us. We're in the parking lot. She pulls up to us. She's like, where can I park this? You guys know where I can park this?
Yeah, like we're wearing Red Roof Inn uniforms
Yeah.
or something. We're like, I don't know. There's no parking. What do you mean? Where can you park this?
It's a small parking lot for a Red Roof Inn. I'm like, we have no idea.
As if my approval is gonna like mean anything when you go into the front desk.
Where do you park a semi truck or a truck with like 2 U-Hauls? Like, where do you park? Anyway, so later on in the night, we saw that same woman just freaking out to the person behind the desk there.
Because where they parked, they were not allowed to park, and they were telling them they couldn't park there.
Yeah, but so much so that the cops had to be there, just like monitoring the situation. I don't know. We just went straight up to her room and like, we're not gonna mess with it. The second night, someone was getting trespassed in the parking lot and was like talking to this female cop and everything. And then I think later that night, I was flipping through the channels and I came across cops, and I was like, we both clocked it, and we're like, well, why don't we just like go outside and like go to the parking lot? We'll watch an episode of Cops Live.
Free episode.
Yeah,
it was nice out. That was actually a spurt of like really nice days.
Yeah,
while we
but then we were in
out
a
there.
convention center the whole day,
I
so
know,
we kind
it
of missed
sucked.
those 2 nice days.
It sucked.
Which does kind of suck. But yeah, and then I saw like a hit and stay. It wasn't a hit and run. It was hit and stay. So I was in the parking lot. I see this big ass black truck try to park in this spot, and it totally just swiped the was it the front or the back? I don't know. It just left like a mark, probably like 5 feet long, like a dent along the whole car, 5 feet long, and then it backed up. And then went to another spot and parked. And the whole time I'm just sitting there like, witnessing this stuff. And then a big family get out, like a clown car, out of this like big black truck. And then the woman that was driving just goes over there, looks at it, and then like kind of shrugs her shoulders and like goes inside the motel. And I'm like, okay. So I get my cell phone and I, take a picture of the license plate that got hit. And I go up to the front desk. I'm like, this car got hit. I'm just letting you know, you have it on camera because the camera is right there. And they're like, oh, thank you very much. So I don't know what happened, but I feel like I should say something. And this was just like, dude, something was happening at 24/7 in that parking lot. Yeah. It was just insane.
And I will say that, like, we did not confirm whether or not those cameras worked. This was a questionable hotel. I could see them being like decoy cameras to make people think that they're on camera. But it was a very unique experience, as most documentary trips kind of are. I mean, that's what it is. When you're self-funding a documentary, you choose the cheapest option, or when you're doing something for someone like Zach.
Well, luckily this one, it wasn't self-funded, but
and this one wasn't self-funded, but it obviously wasn't funded by like Netflix, right?
Right,
so, like,
or Rain, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he's just starting out.
Exactly.
Like,
So like, you do your best to limit that.
But
expense.
we're wrapping it up. I'm going to be shooting the ending in a couple days. So I know I mentioned in the previous podcast I've been down to Columbus twice, but that was even before the Arnold, to get his story, then to get him working on the booth and everything. It might be a very cool ending. There was a lot of drama that happened. There was a couple things that happened that were very dramatic from when we started filming to the end. And I think we have a whole story here, with a beginning, a dramatic end, middle, and then ultimately it might be a pretty exciting end. So stay tuned. There's a trailer that we posted a couple weeks ago. So
watch it. If you want a little prelude to what this story like is based on, you did a great job in the trailer of giving like a good, like, this is what the story is. Now watch the full documentary to find out how it unfolds.
Yeah. And that was just the first day of filming. He wanted, like you mentioned, he wanted something to send out to news organizations to cover it. Yeah. So I had one day of shooting. The interview was like over an hour. And I condensed it down to like 10 minutes of like really, really good stuff. And then he's like, I think I want it like 2 or 3 minutes. So I had to make it 2 or 3 minutes. So so this is at his apartment in Columbus, Ohio. And that was day 1 of shooting. And then day 2 of shooting, he was at like this wedding venue that I think his sister owns, that he was like practicing all the stuff that would have to happen at his booth. So he's ready and prepared for it. And then, a couple of things went sideways when he actually started the booth on the first day. But, you have to watch the documentary to see like how he adjusted and how he overcame that. And
and we're also like all about, feedback. Like, you guys are kind of along the journey with us as we're making documentaries and releasing things. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know. I would love it if you guys went and checked out this trailer. I know that James is really proud of how it turned out. Zach loved it. And it ended up pulling a couple news organizations.
Yeah.
Like,
it did what he wanted it to
some
do.
weight.
Yeah.
So like, go watch it. Get excited for this mini documentary that's coming out here soon. We will be posting it. I'm sure it's going to be brought up more times on this podcast, as well as having the founder of it sitting in the guest couch over there. So we're excited to have him on, have a conversation, maybe get into a little bit of a deeper conversation about Battle Flow itself. And
honestly, making documentaries is like my dream job. I know what we were talking when we filmed Soiled, a whole bunch of all that whole journey.
Yeah.
I told you, like, it feels like I'm playing an inning in the MLB. You know what I mean? It feels like I'm out in the center field or whatever playing an inning, because like this is what I wanted to do. And by all marks, like we've researched stuff enough and shooting techniques and lighting and interview styles, all this stuff like goes into it to finally like walk out of the dugout onto the field. And it was a really cool experience. And I just want to replicate that over and over and over again and tell people's stories and, even tell my own story. Whoever wants a story, because that's what creatives do, right? They tell stories in different mediums, whether it's their own or not. Like some of the best singers and songwriters, like I always talk about Pearl Jam and Eddie Vedder. Some of his best songs are sung through someone else's point of view, like Elderly Woman Behind the Counter in a Small Town. Like that song is just like, you can tell he's like an empathetic person, because it's like, oh my God, like a lot of singers and songwriters that are good can like take someone else's life and turn it into like a work of art, because they, feel their emotions and their journey throughout life, and can like portray it like it's their own in a song. It's really cool. So I like to do that through documentaries, get to know someone on a very personal level, because that it was a very personal story of why Zach founded Battleflow. And so, you have to get to those personal stories, and some parts were difficult during the interview to film, but it was his inspiration and reason behind why he started Battleflow, and I think why he's doing so well now, because you can really see the passion and doing things for the right reason often showcase in success. So
yeah, and that's one of the reasons that he reached out. Like, he was like, I'm doing this for a very unique reason. The whole base of Battleflow, I don't want to give too much away. I want people to go watch the trailer. So like, he was like, I've got something here. This is a story. And then knowing of you and your work and the company, reached out and was like, hey, I think we might have something here. Are you guys interested in making a mini doc on it? So it is very exciting being a part of it in the form of like being at the Arnold Classic, helping record, learning more of the story, learning about the ingredients, learning about the product. Like, everything about it was very, very exciting. And I think that there is a call to health in general right now, as well as a call to, like, we base this podcast, like, legitimacy and authenticity. Like, those are things that come along with this story. So if you're interested in any of those things, like, this is something you're going to want to catch. This is something you're going to want to watch. Go check out the trailer and get excited for the release here coming soon.
Yeah.
So,
and one of the many things we're interested in is health and like eating right and stuff like that. So that's why we started this documentary. You just saw Tom do 32 freaking push-ups. Like,
yeah. Where's the applaud there? Come on, sound effect guy. There's the applaud.
I did not think that was going to happen.
We should have asked you what you thought you were going to get first.
I would have said, like,
you should have went drill sergeant on him, James.
Yeah.
You should have been the comedian behind.
I would have said like 12. Because I haven't done a push-up in years.
How are you feeling since? Is your chest a little sore?
No.
Do you have a headache?
No, you're good.
I can't use my mouse or the mute button, so...
Can't even click the mouse. My fingers hurt.
Oh, that's great. That is great.
Oh,
man.
Shit, I forget.
Well, I think... Well, unless you're going to come up with that last thing.
I forget.
I think we might be
wrapping it up. Yeah.
Coming to a point where thank you guys for spending the last hour with us, but we're going to wrap it up. We know we're running a little. We're trying to keep these episodes to where you can listen to it in a shorter form, but we have Floor Tom's video segment to bring us home here. So what do you got for us, Tom?
Another new segment.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the new segments.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This was kind of overwhelmingly popular as compared to some of the other ones, so we're just going to stick with what works.
All right.
You can be adventurous, Tom, but I just don't want people like pretending in their videos. You know?
I know. We had 35 minutes of hearing how you feel about that.
Now, this just in, police officers in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, were asking people to be on the lookout for a man who robbed a store. And I think we do have his description. Can we take that? Let's take his description.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, we saw this last week.
No, this isn't the leprechaun.
It's not?
This is a different one.
This is a different one?
Okay. This is the guy they wanted people in Pennsylvania to be out on the lookout for. He's got... he's
How
got a
often
nose
does
and
this
some
happen?
hair that goes like that, and he was wearing a hat at the time of this particular.
So I will say,
crime. It's got
I
kind of
went
a
to broadcasting
chin that
school.
comes
If
down
I'm
to
the anchor
almost a
in this
point.
situation, you have to keep talking.
Stands about 5 feet 4 inches tall.
He's trying not to laugh.
Yeah, you have to keep the
Get a good
story.
look for
You're
yourself.
live.
It looks like a character on Doug.
Thanks
Thanks
to the sketch, no doubt. So here's a picture of the real guy next
Spot
to
on.
Oh my
Spot on.
that
God.
led to his arrest.
Where's the picture?
It's uncanny, Lisa.
It's uncanny.
The guy on the left is now charged with 2 counts of theft. Is being held in the Lancaster jail. And I say give that sketch artist a raise.
There you go. I like that.
Oh, that's good. So I'm a fan. I think news clips are just some of the funniest things because they're, like I said, like I went to school for it. So like I know when you're live, there's nothing you can do. So like him in that position, he had to keep talking about this sketch that was brought up on the screen.
And he probably was like, "This is a freaking joke,
Right,
Like this is
someone's
not
yanking his
serious."
chain, like someone's pulling a prank on him or
You can
something.
tell
but
he waited a couple seconds.
Yeah.
To be like,
Yes.
oh, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
but he has to. He's live, so you got to keep going. It's the funniest thing to me.
And then seeing that like the sketch was not that far off.
The eyes were rather close to the nose.
There's a few of those where it's like the newscaster is like talking, but the drawing like looks like him. You know, there's some of those too.
yeah.
So it's good stuff.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Bringing it home with some comedy in the news form. That was great.
We did our updates. We all got caught up and talked about a couple of subjects. And
Yeah. We hope you guys enjoyed this week. If you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, we are, as of right now, 9 away from hitting 1,000 subscribers. Also, check out that Instagram page, The Hangout Culture. We are trying to boost numbers on there. It's a new page, but we are making good ground so far.
Yeah.
So thank you for the support, guys.
yeah, and all data shows you don't want to see me get drunk because
Our arguably favorite episode so far is not
I
doing
just want
very
to shout
well.
that episode. Shout out that episode one more time.
It has to be because like we put drunk in the title and the algorithm is suppressing it to keep it from the masses.
We're changing the title tonight.
I changed the title twice already.
You did, yeah.
It doesn't even say we're.
I know you
we're-
changed it
It doesn't
once.
even say we're shit-faced anymore in the title, or we're blacked out. Anyway, go check out that episode. I forget what episode it is, but we're drinking 40s on the thumbnail. We might have
18
to
or
change the
19?
thumbnail. Who knows? But yeah.
It's
maybe.
18. Friends and 40s.
Friends and 40s.
Episode 18. Go check it out. I'll put the thumbnail right here for you guys.
Yeah, check it out.
Oh, that's so funny.
All right, thanks for all the new subscribers, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Peace
Thanks
out,
for the hangout.
guys.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Hangout Culture Podcast. We're so happy you're hanging out with us today. I'm James.
Restart.
I'm going to restart the whole thing. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Hangout Culture Podcast. We're so happy you're spending some time with us today. I'm James. To my left, we have... Oh, my God. I just, blanked. I completely blanked.
I feel like I saw all the thoughts steaming out of your head.
Dude, okay, one more time.